my beautiful babes. My name is Roxanne. You have no idea who I am. I already know because this is my first YouTube video. God told me this morning to get up and set up my camera and record. He said, get your lazy butt up and do this because you've been wanting to do it for some time. He's been putting it on my spirit for a very long time now. And that was me wanting to stop recording and delete this and start over. I'm gonna stop doing that because I've been doing that a lot, and I fear we all probably have been there in that moment where it's just like, no, let me start over. And that's my 10% battery trying to persuade me to stop recording. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna get through this video. Hopefully it's only like 10-15 minutes. The devil will not win. So let's get started. Yeah, God put it on my spirit because I've been procrastinating a lot, and God has been telling me for a very, very long time, just do the content, put it out there. Your story needs to be heard. People need to, like, I don't know, like, hear what I've been going through. There are people out there that relate to me, is what I'm really feeling like, or like what I've been told. And I'm just here to talk to the people that relate to me and have been in my position before, or have gone through the things that I've gone through. A little backstory about me. I am currently in the shelter with my daughter. We just moved back to New York. I'm not working right now. I have literally no money. Yeah, I'm just waiting to start working again, get my apartment, and go back to school. But right now, I'm just thankful for the fact that we have a place to live, food, shelter, clothes on her back. She goes to a very good school. That's what's most important right now, besides me trying to get a job. But we're gonna get into the main thing that I wanted to talk about, which is you, and you starting your content, and you speaking life into other people the way that I'm about to try to speak life into you. If you're here, I'm pretty sure that you're somebody that believes in God or believes in the universe or whatever the case might be. And I'm here to just tell you that God doesn't need you to have all the fancy edits. God doesn't need you to go to the fancy restaurants. He doesn't need you to do the hauls. He doesn't need you to get a camera. He doesn't need you to get a microphone. He doesn't need you to get a backdrop. He doesn't need you to get your hair done, your nails done. He doesn't need you to do none of that. None of the stuff that you've been trying to tell yourself that you need to do in order to make a video, God doesn't need you to do. God needs you to put the camera that you have on your phone on record, set that camera down, sit in front of your freaking camera, and speak. Speak. All of what you've been through, all of what you're going through, and let your videos show from consistency where God is taking you. Or if you're at the place where God is taking you somewhere magnificent, to tell your story about where God took you from and where he got you to. But I'm mainly talking to the people who right now you're not in the place where you want to be in life. Right now you're going through a lot. Right now you don't have it. Right now you feel like shit. God wants you to record and put your content out there so that he could be able to show other people around the world, or in your country, or in your state, or whatever the case might be, that the proof of where God can take you, the actual physical proof that God can take you from such a low place, or wherever you're at in life, and elevate you to such a high place. You know what I'm saying? That's what God's trying to do when it comes to you and you making your content. And that's why it's in your spirit so bad and so much, because it's not about all of the fancy things. It's not about all of the fancy places. It's not about the fancy edit. It's not about the fancy intro. It's about you getting your story out there. It's about you being somebody that other people can relate to. Other people can look at your story and go, dang, I went through that. I'm going through that. But dang, she got through it, so I can get through it. Or I'm watching her progression of getting through it, so I feel like I can also get through it. You know what I'm saying? Stop being afraid. It's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. But the fear is just... So I hate to sound like one of these people, but the fear is just the devil. It is. The fear is just negative energy. It is. The fear is just debilitating you from starting. It's keeping you from starting something that you know you should have been started. I was watching Sarah Jakes Roberts, and I'm not gonna say this the exact way that she said it, but she essentially said, God places something in you, God tells you to do something, and you're supposed to take action immediately when God tells you to do it. The same way he told me this morning to get up and make this video, and I got up and started recording. I did procrastinate a little bit because I deleted a ton of freaking videos that I could have probably just posted. But point being, like just now, my roommates and her daughter was being kind of loud. I could have stopped recording and used that as an excuse to start over, but I'm not. God will put something in your spirit and you're supposed to take action because God knows that it's good for you. Anything that God has put a stamp of approval on and put in your spirit is because it's good for you. That fear, that procrastination is the devil. The devil comes and he says, oh, God put that in your spirit? Okay, well, you don't have a camera. Okay, well, your hair isn't done. Okay, well, you don't have anywhere to make your content. And then that puts confusion in your mind. And then that makes you feel like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I do need to wait a little bit. Maybe no. Stop. And I've been you before, and I was you yesterday, literally. Stop that, please. I could have been 5 years into making content if I would have listened to God way back then. Who knows where I could have been right now. But I let the devil and I let negative energy, whatever you want to call it and label it as, stop me, confuse me, and make me believe that I wasn't ready, that I didn't have enough, that I needed other things outside of the voice that God gave me and the phone that I provided myself with, and God gave me the money to get to even freaking buy. I had all I needed because God just wanted me to use my voice. That's it. That's all God wanted me to do. And that's all God wants you to do is use your voice to put out that message. And continue to use your voice. And continue to use your surroundings. And continue to show up and be consistent. And show people that can relate to you that they can get through it. God put me here. Like I said, I'm in a shelter. Like I said, I'm not working right now. I don't have a job right now. I don't have a lot of things, right? But I know for a fact that this video is just the beginning. I know that a year or a couple of months or whatever from now, y'all are going to be able to see the progression of this starting point to whenever that is. And me with the job, me going to school, me with my apartment, me being able to go out and do the vlogs of me going out to eat or going out with my friends or going shopping and doing hauls and taking my daughter places and da-da-da-da. And y'all are going to be able to relate to me and go, dang, well, she did it. She got through all of what she got through. She just started. And she started in a little ass shelter room. And all she did was press freaking record with no lights, no fancy edits, no bless me. That's how true it is. No, none of that. Just me and my camera talking to you and trying to pour life into you. Stop letting the fear stop you from what God has appointed to you in your life. You're meant to do it, and you have all that you need to be able to do it. So do it, babe. For real. If God believes in you, why do you care about anybody else that don't? God believes in you. You know how powerful that is? And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I've come from a place, I've been that person that didn't believe in myself. I've been that person that didn't like themselves. I've been that person that didn't want to be themselves. I used to give myself different names to not be me. I used to be such a follower that my family would tell me that I was a follower because I would be like other people. I would have the same opinions as other people. I would dress like other people. I would take on personality traits from other people because I did not want to be myself. I didn't like myself. I didn't want to be me. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I dressed. I didn't like who I was. So trust me, it hasn't been easy for me. I haven't always had this perspective. You know what I'm saying? It took years. I've just gotten to the place where I actually like myself. I've just gotten to the place where I actually accept myself. I've just gotten to the place where I'm actually standing firm on my boundaries and my opinions. For years, since elementary school, since middle school, since high school, since even after high school, being a mom, I hated myself. I don't want to cry. I hated myself for so long.
Beam me up, Rocky.
And it's not a good feeling. And I don't want nobody else to feel that way. I don't. And I'm proud that I've gotten to the point where I actually love and believe in myself. And I want you all to love and believe in yourselves too. I want you to know that you can do it. And I want you to know, even if you feel like you're not at the point right now where you could just put up your camera and record, I want you to know that it's possible. You just have to do the work. You can get to the point where you could just put up your camera and record. I used to be so afraid of recording in public. I wouldn't even record around my kids. I wouldn't even make TikToks around my kids. That's how insecure I was. Now I've finally gotten the courage to actually record outside and go outside and put my camera up and record myself. But it took time and it took trying. And it took getting used to the camera and getting used to recording myself. But just start inside. Just start. Just put your camera on record and talk about something. And I promise you'll get used to it. That's how I started. Post a little TikTok here and there. You'll get used to it and you'll build up your confidence and your courage to actually press record, make a video, and post it. But don't let the fear stop you. I promise you, God wants people to tell their stories, their real, raw stories. God doesn't want you to be a follower. God isn't worried about the trends and the trendy things and what's popular. God wants you to tell your story to people that can relate to you, and God wants you to show other people that it's possible. I love you. I really do. I want you to start. Please start. This is me starting. If you can start today, just do something and start today. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my worthy babes.